Magandang gabi po sa lahat. Philippine time, it's 8:04. 4 minute late po tayo kasi merong error dito nangyari sa streaming natin. But great again that we have this live. We'll talk about training at saka yung nutritional differences between men and women. Meron nga ba? If there's any, we'll talk it tonight. Kamusta po yung dinner natin? If you are living here in the Philippines, let me know. If you're living, of course, outside the Philippines, maybe good morning or good afternoon to you. We'll have this short added after this. Usap tayo.
Three, two, one.
Ayun, there you have it. Kamusta po yung lahat? Sige, remove muna natin to yung slides natin. Tonight, I'm so excited because we made some slides for you. So, para may visual representation lang. And of course, yung goal natin tonight is not just for men, no? We will look at the population in the page sa Worth the Grind Academy at saka sa group natin. Now, we see na majority are women, around 40 years old and above. And then for the men, around 20 to 30%. But we want to cover and we want to at least set the bar high, not just for women, but also for men. Sige, kamusta po yung dinner natin? Let me see. Ano po kinain natin for our last meal? Is it nutrient dense? Is it protein dense? Calorie dense ba? Let me know in the comment section. Hello, Coach Jusala. How are you? Are you looking good, ha? As always, dito sa profile picture natin. Hello, si Sir Mario. As always, consistent. How about po yung dinner niyo, Sir Mario? Paki-share naman dyan sa comment section. Okay. Now, let me start by sharing my screen first. Sige. Add natin to sa screen natin. Okay. Sige. So we'll talk about training differences at saka nutritional differences between men and women. Have you ever asked this question? Yung composition ng babae is ibaba sa lalaki? Have you ever asked na yung goals mo must be different from men? Of course, if you're a female. And how about the pacing? Diba we go sa gym and then yung sa population, you can see talaga na mas marami yung lalaki kaysa babae. Tama ba? Or I don't know with your gym, no? Gym na environment, but in my case, marami talaga yung lalaki most of the time. Why do you think so? Is building muscle exclusive for men? Or is it a goal na hindi appropriate for women? So let's talk about your goal. Paano bang mag-next nito? What is your goal? Let me know in the comment section now. Is it to build muscle? Let's be specific with your goal. Sa mga babae, which part do you want to grow the most? For the lalaki, Sir Mario, anong part ng body mo you want to grow the most? And let's assume every one of us would like to be healthy, would like to be at least physique wise okay, and then we want to build our muscle. Let me know your goals in the comment section. Yung dinner ni Coach Gisela is chicken breast. Okay. Protein dense yan. Ano, dinuguan. Wow. And fried pork chop. Galing. Okay. Good evening, Ma'am Ina. Kamusta po yung workout natin? Let me know about your specific goal. Okay, let me start first by saying I want to grow my chest at saka my shoulders. And then I want as well to lose body fat. Those were my primary goals. How about you? Dito kay Sir Mario, chest and biceps. Okay. Ito kay Ace, si Sir Al, upper body. Hello, good evening. Upper body. Ito kay Coach Gisela, lower body, glutes, yung sa may puwetan, at saka yung triceps. Yun usually yung concern ng mga babae, no? I remember one time nung napipicture taking kami ni Coach Gisela nung last year pa. Okay. Parati niyang, after picture taking, parati niyang tinitingnan yung triceps niya if malaki or maliit. It's a concern daw for women most of the time. Good evening, Ma'am Virginia. Strengthening daw yung goal niya. Now, if I were to wrap up your comments, yung sa lalaki, gusto natin upper body. Malaki. Yung sa babae naman, lower body. Tama? Agree ba tayo doon? Most of the time. Okay, let's talk first about the facts. Now that you know, okay, ito kay Ma'am Ina, loose belly fat, firm my glutes, at saka sa arm. And I assume yung arm na tinutukoy ni Ma'am Ina yung sa triceps specifically. Tama ba? Let's talk about facts muna. Ito, nandito sa study na to, yung muscle size response to strength training in young and older men and women. So dito, yung study ng two groups, of course, men and women, and then they have gone through a training 6 months. 6 months yung training nila. Anong results ng training? Dito, okay, yung conclusion, I'm not sure if visible dyan sa inyo, but let me see. This is a study from the following people here stated on top. Dito sa study, the results indicate that neither age nor gender affects muscle volume response to whole body. Okay. Muscle volume rather than muscle CSA is recommended for studying muscle mass responses. So dito, walang major differences. Okay. Ang kumbaga, response ng katawan regardless of age or yung gender. So meaning, hindi pwede sabihin na ikaw kasi lalaki ka, that's why your growth is faster than me as a female. Hindi pwede mo sabihin na you might give that as an excuse na since I'm female, I'm weak and physically speaking, psychologically speaking, yung body composition. At first glance, yes, I would say, and in my own opinion talaga, yung nature ng body composition ng lalaki iba talaga sa babae. Yung sa lalaki, mas malaki talaga yung sa upper body. Yung sa babae, mas malaki most of the time yung sa glutes, yung sa baba. Tama ba? Now, let me clarify this. It doesn't mean na babae ka and then there's no major differences when it comes to strength training, sa muscle growth and muscle response. Hindi ibig sabihin na if you work out, yung katawan mo most likely will be similar to lalaki because you don't want that, correct? You don't want sa mga babae na maganito. Tawag ito maging babaeng hook. Okay. Meron bang babaeng hook? Okay. I'm not sure. Pero according sa mga babae, most of the time, you don't want to build muscle. And actually, this is a myth na if you go to the gym, if you go for resistance training, you will go bulky, at saka thick, at saka muscular. Even though parehas yung response natin sa strength training, yung composition ng babae at sa lalaki, iba-iba. Okay. Yung body composition, what you mean by body composition, yung appearance ng babae sa lalaki, iba-iba talaga. Even though yung babae will go to the gym the same frequency sa lalaki. Gets? Do I make myself ng clear, no? Are you, if type 1 in the comment section if you are following. Type 1 in the comment section. Okay. Di ba most of the time you don't want to be bulky yung mga babae, tama? That's why most of the time hindi na gustong pumunta sa gym. Let's talk about this hormone, okay, estrogen. It's visible both sa men and women, but this one is higher sa babae. It's very important for reproduction. It is very important for the body composition din. That is why, this is the reason why as well, na yung sa babae, mas malaki yung sa pelvic, yung sa puwetan. And it's necessary for survival kasi yung babae are the ones who bear children. And it is necessary yung sa ibaba nila is malaki. Tama? And estrogen is hormone responsible for that. Now, meaning to say, if yung estrogen nyo is marami kasi sa lalaki, actually it's an advantage. Okay. Why? Kasi yung recovery nyo, yung sa babae, at saka yung capacity to combat yung sa stress sa workout, you have more resistance, kumbaga, to recover than men based on the idea of estrogen. Meaning to say, you can have more sets, you can have more reps, and you can recover quickly than men. Now, let's talk each one of these kasi yung iba medyo adjusting pa. Yung sets is the number of repetitions you do an exercise. For example, yung push-ups. Okay, ilang push-ups ang kaya mo? Lagay natin 10. Yung 10 push-up, 1 set yun. And then you rest for 30 seconds, for example. You do another set again, 10 reps. 10 push-up, that's another set. So 2 sets na siya. Yung reps is how many times you do an exercise. Okay? Now, you can use this for your advantage. Okay? So this is good news for women. Kapag babae ka in the comment section, lagay mo dito, empowered women. No, empowered woman pala. Kasi isa ka lang, nag-iisa ka lang. Empowered woman sa comment section. Ito si Ma'am Maripath Juta, gusto niya mag-gain ng muscle. Ito si, yes, si Noel is a very dedicated student ng community. He has finished the Spartan race just recently, and that's a testimony that if you have enough muscle, you can sustain enough stress. Hello, Noel. Now, given this principle, women, okay, we can use this for your advantage. So, dream of your ideal body composition. Okay, sino ba yung sexy ngayon sa nasikat? Okay. Di ako familiar sa mga ganun eh. Maganda ako ng pangalan. Lagay natin si Heart Evangelista. Tama? Si Heart Evangelista, yung asawa ni Cheese Escudero. Tama? Of course, yung body composition niya, even though she works out almost frequently. The same thing with, I think, si Solen Yusa. Okay? Mga idol natin yan. Sino pa? Yung si, kalimutan ko ba, DJ siya, at saka, siya, reporter din siya sa GMA. Give me a name, be. Sa GMA siya na mommy, na even though she's pregnant, she does certain exercises. I forgot her name, but idol ko yun. Idol din siya ni Coach Sela kasi very fit. At saka nag-lift ng weights. Ina ba yun? I'm not really sure. Pero, yes, help me remember the name of that woman. Kasi, ang ginagawa niya, she lifts weight talaga. And you can see, hindi siya bulky, and saka hindi siya thick. Iya Villania, thank you very much. That's it. Si Ma'am Ditchi, thank you. Si Iya Villania. Di ba? Ina Villania. Malapit na po, Ma'am Catherine. Pero yes, she lifts weights almost frequently. And you can see her structure. It doesn't look bulky. Tama? Because of the body composition. Mas malaki talaga yung sa babae, yung sa ilalim. Okay? That's why no matter how much you try, yung sa babae, if you lift weights, yung structure mo talaga would look like a model still, even though you lift weights. Yes, tama, Noel, si Iya. Okay, sige. Now, dito, sinabi dito sa Acta Physiologica, it's a review, sex differences in humans, fatigability, mechanisms, and insight to physiological responses. Okay. Dito nasabi dito na yung fatigability, yung meaning the capacity to sustain stress at saka yung fatigue. Anong fatigue ba sa Tagalog? Give me a word for fatigue. Ano bang fatigue sa Tagalog? Uh, yung sustainability sa rest, okay? Or challenge, okay? 'Di ba? Yung feeling after a workout is what we call fatigue. Tama? Yung sa babae, according dito sa study, has more, kumaga, less time to recover than men. Yung sa babae, after a heavy workout, would take around 8 hours lang to recover. Yung sa lalaki, around 24 hours plus. Okay. So imagine, okay, it's an interesting study. Now, dito nasabi din na yung babae, yung sa body composition nila, mas malakas yung sa upper body, okay, kaysa sa lalaki. Yung sa lalaki naman, mas malakas si upper body kaysa sa babae. Meaning to say, kapag lower body workout si lalaki, okay, mas yung strength niya is less than women sa lower body. Okay, let make simplify natin ulit. Okay. Yung sa babae, compare mo sa lalaki yung body composition. When they go work out, yung sa babae mas malakas yung sa lower body. Okay? Yung sa lalaki naman mas malakas si upper body. That is why I experienced it myself. Nagwo-workout ako, leg day. Hinihingal ako most of the time. Especially leg day. Yung sa babae naman, I remember Coach Lucella, every time may upper body workout, medyo she take it very challenging. Okay? According dito sa study, and it is proven by experience as well, not just by science. Now, dito sa lalaki, yes, given yung upper body strength is visible. That's why larger yung arms natin, larger yung chest natin, yung biceps, yung back. And that's our goal most of the time, yung sa mga lalaki. Now, to give you the principle lang, okay, about the differences, okay, you need to prioritize weightlifting regardless of your gender. So wag matakot pumunta sa gym. Wag matakot na mag-lift ng weights at saka wag mag-focus sa cardio. The goal of cardio is to burn calories. And you don't want to lose your muscle mass as well. Di ba? You don't want to be skinny sa mga babae, even though it's a general rule. We want to build muscle. Tama? And the best way to build muscle is to prioritize weightlifting. That's the key. Number 2, allocate slightly more volume to muscle groups that are more important to you. Diba? Dito, kanina sa comment section natin, yung mga babae, gusto ninyo na mag-define or you want to build more muscle sa lower body, sa glutes, sa quads, sa hamstring, tama? So prioritize that muscle group. So what you want to do is frequency over intensity. So kunwari goal mo is yung glutes. So you have to hit it at least twice a week as a general rule. Twice a week. And then as for the intensity, you must prioritize progressive overload as well. So what you say progressive overload, it means you challenge yourself intentionally. So week by week. And when it comes challenging yourself, it comes in many, many ways. One of which is yung intensity sa weights. Nag-a-add ka ng weights. Nag-a-add ka ng repetitions, ng sets, ng frequency. But of course, don't compromise your form at saka execution. Make every rep counts. Meaning to say, You want to progress, but you don't want to compromise your form. Kunwari, may nakakita ko sa gym na they want to add weights pangbilisan. Parang ego lifting na siya, na kahit hindi kaya, lift pa rin ang lift. Pero you can see na awkward yung position niya. At saka, hindi proper yung form niya. So, na-compromise yung form in the name of adding weights. So, it must be calculated yung pag-add ng intensity at saka challenge sa workout nyo. Okay? Sige. So, dito sa example natin, females may want to do more glute work, yung sa puwetan, and less emphasis on the lower body. Diba? That's the structure that you want sa mga babae. Females are better suited to more volume and higher training frequencies. Kasi kanina, pinag-usapan natin ng estrogen, which is very important for muscle recovery. Okay? So meaning, you can adjust and adapt despite of heavy training. Tama? So that's good news. And also requires slightly less rest between sets when compared to men. So this is the rule na lang. Okay? To make your life simple, don't be afraid to go to the gym to lift weights. Okay, mga babae? Okay. Number 2, prioritize progressive overload. Okay. Kasi regardless how much you lift weights, you won't your upper body won't grow as much as men. Yung mga nakikita nyo sa YouTube na ang lalaking katawan ng mga babae, I suspect most of the time nagtutulok yun ng growth hormone. And of course, it's being normalized, and it's normal especially if they want to compete professionally sa bodybuilding. Okay? So you don't want to go sa ganun na route, tama? You just want to build muscle, you just want to be healthy. So let's go back to the basic. Basic is, muscle is the organ of longevity. You don't see a fat person who turned 90 years old. Tama? Most of the time, yung mga oldies natin, they are not fat. Tama? I'm not fat shaming again. I'm just stating what we see. And of course, that is backed up by evidence na related yung longevity sa muscle mass. If you have enough muscle mass, it will help you to live longer, of course, with quality na life. And then, with the proportions of food, men and women, iba-iba yung goals natin. Most of the time, compared sa weight natin, mas mabigat talaga yung lalaki. Tama? So, pare-pareho lang yung pagkain. Adjust lang sa servings. Tama? So, for example, chicken, beef, at saka pork. 30 grams ng chicken will give you, 100 grams ng chicken will give you 30 grams of protein. Tama? So, kunwari, ang goal mo sa protein is around 150 grams. So, how can you allocate that based on your real food as your primary source? Adjust lang with the servings. Alright? Sige. So, I think na-explain na natin yung differences and then the benefits of having this principle na it's not an excuse that you're a woman, you won't go to the gym. There are many practical DIY na mga ways on how to build muscle. Dito si Ma'am Virginia, as an example, okay, sabi niya fatigue in Tagalog is nagpagpakapagod. Okay. Medyo tongue twister to. Okay, pagpakapagod. So, you're right. So, yung fatigability, okay, you can sustain that in the gym. That's why every after set, yung sa babae, makarecover kayo quickly than men. So, good news, di ba? So, dito, with this principle, it's an excuse. Even si Ma'am Virginia, 70 plus years old na to. And you can see, I have your, by the way, Ma'am Virginia, yung results mo. So, I'm so happy with your results yung before, after mo. So, it's not an excuse. If you want to live longer quality life, you have to prioritize nutrition at saka lifting weights. Na Kapoy and Bisaya. Sige, we'll entertain questions Now, put your questions here below. It may be related dito sa uh, topic natin, men versus women, training at saka nutritional differences. Thank you, Ma'am Virginia, sa word bank natin. Sige. Lagay natin sa comment section any question, clarification, and maybe if you have question, we may tackle that in our next live. At saka konting tip lang yung sa babae, okay? Especially if you are self-aware or parang conscious pa, nahihiya pumunta sa gym, it's always best to go sa gym with a buddy. So invite your friend, invite your best friend, your boyfriend, family member to go sa gym because it boosts confidence if there's someone with you who has the same goal as well. And then as for the frequency again, so di ba kunwari 5 times a week ka nag-workout. Given the principle nung kanina, you have to hit lower body more frequently than upper body based sa goal ng babae kasi you want to grow your lower body than the upper body. Tama? So frequency is the key. Ito may question, sige, from Albin Palarca. When you measure your food in grams, is it cooked or raw? Okay, good question. I think it was also asked by Ma'am Virginia kanina sa akin. So guys, so the principle is it's more convenient to measure it raw. Kasi na measure mo siya before mo siya kainin. Okay. Yung differences niya slightly different lang. Slightly different yung measurement yung yung grams. Okay, kunwari niluto mo na siya, may pinagkaiba ba yung grams niya before mo siya niluto? Yes, but very, very, very slight. Okay. But for convenience sake, you measure it in grams raw. Okay, kasi of course, if you measure it, naluto na, at kung sobra siya, anong gagawin mo? Kainin mo, tama? How about kung kulang siya? Ayaw mo namang magluto ulit, tama? So for convenience sake, go measure it in raw. Sige. I hope I answer your question. And then, sige. As for your questions, you may want to directly message me. And then, I want to hear your question para matakol din natin sa next natin na live. Okay, sige. One more question muna from Ma'am Huta. Ano po breakfast after exercise? Now, it's always best to prioritize protein. Now, let me give you the reason why. When we exercise, our body is insulin sensitive, meaning if food comes in, your body is quick to absorb, to utilize the food to be used as energy, to be stored as for its purpose. Now, kapag yung kainin mo una yung protein, it will be utilized quickly. Protein is very important for muscle repair, for muscle building, for muscle retention. So go for lean protein, eggs or chicken breast. It's important to fast, but what is more important is how you break your fast. Break your fast by protein. Okay, Ma'am Huta? Yes, may pleasure. Ma'am Palarca. Sige. Now, for questions, you may want to directly message me. I forgot that starting this week, we'll have it at 8 p.m. na. So we can accommodate others who want to sleep early. 8 p.m. from Mondays to Friday. Now, tomorrow, I have a surprise. Tune in because I will be giving away a surprise na reward as well. And we have an upcoming na competition, a healthy competition dito sa community. So if you don't want to miss that, Tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. And next, the best way to spread the message, the vision of the team and the community, and you're part of the community, is to make Philippines healthy. And the best way to do that is to spread the campaign. You may want to share this. I appreciate that. Comment and like and share because that's the best way na algorithm sa Facebook will be increased. Meaning to say, kapag maraming interactions, Facebook will share it to other people as well. Okay? Now, I'm happy for those who stayed and those who are staying. Thank you very much. And those who are about to watch this on recorded, let me know in the comment section so I can recognize you. I can read your comments as well. That's it for tonight. All the best. Happy lifting. Enjoy the rest of the night. And see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Bye-bye.
Three, two, one.